What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Defend Your Units. I'm Johnny K. Picks, and alongside me here is Effie from Any Action Sportscast, and we are here to break down all 11, weird number, 11 fights for UFC Vegas 107. Here are our names. I always forget to do that. How's it going, Effie? And are you looking forward to this card?
What up, bro? Thanks for having me on, man. Friend of the show, it
No
feels
problem.
like now at
Oh,
this
yeah.
point.
One of the best friends of the show.
But bro, dude, 11 fights, and I want to say like 9 of them, you can make a case for almost every fighter, dude. Like just the way the styles match up. This is gonna be a fun card, dude. I'm excited that it's, on Saturday we finally have fights, had the week off, and yeah, and like not a lot of big name value, Apex card and stuff, but when you look at it, when you sit down and watch the tape, you're like, oh man, these some live underdogs here. I feel like I'm on too many dogs. I have 0 bets right now, but hopefully we could talk through some. But yeah, man, I'm actually excited for this card for sure.
Yeah, man. I was when I was doing my breakdown too. I was like, I'm on this dog. I'm on this dog. I could be on this dog. Like I was like, maybe, but I was like, So yeah, but we'll definitely get into these fights because a lot of them are close. Some of them are lower level fights, but that's what makes it fun because if they're both lower level, then you don't know which lower level's lower. So you have to like decide and go with your gut and see what's gonna happen. But yeah, we had a week off. I love that week off. I did horrible in the last one. I would forget about it. Did you do good on what was it? UFC 106? What was it? I can't even remember what it was.
I think I won a quarter unit. Dude, it's been one of those things
You
where
do
I think
way
I'm
better than me.
I think I'm 9-1 in my last 10 cards, but like 3 of the wins are less than a unit. So it's like I'm basically breaking even. But I've actually been running hot, dude. I'm like 10-1 in the last 11, 9-1 in the last 10. Like I'm doing all right. I'm picking my spots. I'm trying to be way more selective. Obviously, me, man, I've been in hockey a lot and just kind of implement my how I bet on that into MMA. They're completely different. But yeah, man, like it's just one of those spots where I'm trying to pick my spots more and yeah, man, I'm trying to utilize good bankroll management for sure.
There we go. Yeah, since you talked about hockey, everybody go ahead and hammer Panthers money line tonight at -115 or so. Effie is all about that. Effie, tell him why you love Panthers at -115.
Oh man, real quick, guys. I know you guys want to talk about the fights in the chat, but
you can decide the way early.
It's all about the P's tonight. Panthers are going to steamroll the Canes. They're just flat out the better team. The series is 3-1. Obviously, best of 4 advances, and they lost last game, and they sat a couple key players. And tonight, I think it's gonna be full force. I honestly think they're gonna kill them. So I know we were talking before the show. I bet a fun prop on the game to go to overtime, but I'm expecting honestly a kill from the Panthers here. So
go
Cats. Everyone bet the Panthers. If we lose, it's not my fault, and it's someone else's fault.
Yeah, it's the Panthers' fault. It's not our fault.
Let's go, man. Hey, I think they're better. I think they're good, man. It's gonna be Panthers Oilers again, and it's going to be a rematch of the Stanley Cup final.
It's going to be good. All right, let's go through the chat here real quick, and then we'll start getting on these 11 fights for everyone. Elijah Juan, what's up, man? Appreciate you coming out. We got Odd Smoker Steve, what's up, man? Appreciate you coming out. McMuffin, what's up, man? Paku, what's up? 8:30 stream for the Aussies to get through my morning bag rounds, and Jim, love it. Yes, appreciate you coming out. Yeah. As always. Watching some as well tape. Okay, yeah. That's a interesting fight that we're going to talk about too. It's a pretty new one from today, I think, right? Earlier this morning?
Today or yesterday, yeah.
I think it was early. Well, at least I saw it early this morning. What's up, Derek? Excited to watch Derek. 2 jiu-jitsu aces have an awkward striking battle. Oh yeah, that's
like 2 of those on here. Yeah,
that's 2. I was going to say too. Glad that as well got the call up. Yeah, he's a fun fighter for sure. Dixon Cider, what's up, man? Johnny, I've submitted my official UFC application to have Macy Barber's feet in or near my mouth. Wow. You? Well, you better go first round, or not first round. You better be in the first row because, yeah. Well, I mean, some people like feet, I guess.
Hey, I've been to events where she's there, and she's good looking, man. She's a good looking girl.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's talking about the feet.
I don't know about the feet. Yeah, I don't know about the feet part. She's had shoes on when I see her, but.
We got Jeremy in here. What's up, Jeremy? Appreciate you. Ryan Matthews. I'm currently at work for the second night in a row with absolutely nothing to do and literally getting paid for free. Those are the best days if you have to work, obviously. So I figured I'd drop by for the best show. Appreciate you as always. Saba, season 6 champ arrived. Wishful thinking, Saba. But you are coming up close on my heels. Actually, we're tied. So, but it doesn't even snow in Florida. How can a Florida team be good and win? That's the craziness, right?
Hey, 5 straight years, the team from Florida has been in the final. 3 by Tampa. Now it's going to be 2 by Florida.
Crazy. Florida won the cup last year too.
They did.
The Panthers lose. It's Jean-Luc's fault. That fucking guy. Don't even talk about Jean-Luc. What's up, Haymaker? Appreciate you coming out. Ben, what's up, Ben? Johnny K and Tony Ferguson. Oh, I could totally see that. I didn't even know that. Oh, damn it.
I've gotten that before.
That's a good one, Ben. It's a good one.
It's a shame.
Blanchfield, living my dream to go 5 rounds with Macy Barber. Man, Macy's got some fans. I mean, I'm not saying she's bad by any means, but not in my top 5. But she can sneak in the top 10.
She's in my top 5, but yeah, she's around there. I wouldn't mind getting taken down full mounted by Macy Barber.
She get you down. She's strong. All right, let's go through the first fight here. We got Ryan Dos Santos, which I think it was Ryan Amanda at one point, versus Alice Ardeline. Who do you like here, if you like any of them?
Oh, man, like, fight of the year, obviously, first thing I gotta say, so excited for this high-level fight in MMA. Not really. Don't think this Alice girl is very good at anything, except for basically trying. Like, she just goes forward, she'll get whooped and gets taken down, can't get up. But she just goes forward. 9-7 professional MMA record, doesn't scream, wanting to get her at the betting window or anything. But the other girl, I mean, she looks horrible too. And then minus 250, dude, on a girl that I don't think has one clear, better attribute than the other girl. Both of them are sloppy. Both of them are slow. Who is a better physical athlete? I think it's going to be the Amanda girl, which, by the way, I thought I was doing tape on the wrong person for like a little bit there.
I did too, because I saw the name. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I thought this was Ray and Amanda.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, I know this is her. What's going on here? But anyway, I mean, as far as betting, though, dog or pass, but I don't want to be sitting here with my money on either of these girls. I think that the Santos girl is going to win a decision here. But, I mean, bro, holy crap. Someone has to get cut if they lose this fight. Probably going to be the girl with 1 million TikTok followers. Probably shouldn't be in the UFC anyway. She looked horrible against Shauna Bannon, who also shouldn't be in the UFC. The other girl looked decent against the Indian girl, Puna Tomar.
I thought she won.
Yeah, right. So at least like I'm seeing some good things from her. That was decent amount of volume, that was okay technique, and I just think she's a better fighter overall when you add everything together. But it doesn't scream minus 250, doesn't scream parlay piece or anything to me. So, honestly, I usually kind of talk bad about women's MMA, but this one, just for the fact that I don't think they're both very good, I'm actually interested to see who comes out on top. Can this 9-7 girl, improve her record here? And I don't think it's gonna happen, man. Give me a Santos decision.
Yeah, I'm on the Rayanne side, but I mean, I'm not like super confident. Like you said, I'm not going to be running to the window to bet this fight. Even what is she at? Minus 265. Like, if she was minus 175, I would consider it. Like, I'm not saying I would do it. I would consider it because I mean, both these girls are they're not great. Like, I mean, yeah, I did think Dos Santos won against Puja. I did the Allen Carr fight was even close. I don't even remember. That one could have probably went either way, but and I actually think Alice, when she fought Shane Bannon, I think Alice kind of won that fight too, because that was a close fight too. But where were they? They were in the UK. That's why. So you get the Bannon got a little nod there, but both these girls aren't great. Let's put it out there. But I do think that if this fight does get to the mat, I think Rayanne's a little bit better there. I think if you want to do like a fun little flyer bet, maybe Rayanne Dos Santos by submission. She does have 6 or 8 on her record, and I think Alice has lost twice by submission. So if this fight does get to the mat, I do think there is a path to victory for Dos Santos. But on the feet, I think it'll be super close. It could be ugly. That's where the fight can get interesting because you don't know who's going to be hitting harder. Both of them are pretty durable. Both of them do like to push forward. But I think the clear advantage would be on the mat for Rayanne. But give me Rayanne to win by decision. I just think this is going to be one of these barn burners that you're just going to be like, shit, I don't even know who won. But if Dos Santos can get a takedown, there is a chance she could get a submission. Is a chance.
I mean, yeah, she should have top time here. She does decided, clinch up. I think a lot of this fight's going to be cage pushing. Comes down to who can pummel better and who's stronger, really. But, I mean, who's getting involved in here? In the chat, if you have a bet on this fight in the chat, let me know because that's crazy.
They're both kind of small. Like, I mean, but they're about the same size. Like, Alice is 1 inch taller. They both have the same reach. Dos Santos is 4 years younger, 3 years, well, 3, but yeah. This one's weird, but yeah, I think it does go to decision. If you really want to parlay it, anything, I mean, over 2.5, but even that, it's like minus 475.
Wow.
That's pretty rough. But I could totally see a sub, but I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, I mean, I'm not gonna like officially track that bet, but I'm like, maybe a little fun bet if I'm bored, throw a little bit on it, see if it happens. But I don't even know what the odds are. I mean, I could look on here and see if it is. I'll say 750 ish, maybe. Let me look on Bet Online real quick before I lie.
I think it's gonna be lower than that.
It probably will. Plus 450. It's not even 500. But it is what it is. Let's see what everyone else says here, and we'll get to the next one. This first fight's like watching 15 minutes of the Sharks versus Blackhawks. Hey,
that's uncalled for and unnecessary.
Please, parlay piece. Demir, what's up, man? What's Alice plus 3.5? I will look at that because I was kind of thinking about that bet as well. Because I do think this fight. What is it on? I don't think it has it on fight odds. I don't see it.
I would assume it's like minus 120.
It's got to be like minus 150 or so, minus one, maybe minus 175 because it is a women's fight. But yeah, I mean, that's a decent play if you wanted to maybe parlay that with something pretty safe. But even that, it's like I'm thinking about it. I'm like,
I think Santos separates herself more in a close round than this Alice girl will.
Yeah, because Alice is mainly just a striker, and she's going to push forward and get hit a lot, but she's going to try to throw some bombs back. At least Santos has pretty decent footwork. She can be a little low volume, but she does have that like takedown ability. So we'll see. I mean, I think Alice can win one round for sure. And that's all you need. I will say I am more excited this card for the Burns Morales card. Yeah, that Burns Morales card. I was not excited for it.
It's never fun when like 11 straight favorites win. It's like, I mean, come on, dude.
Did 11 straight?
Well, I don't know if it was 11. Win? I felt like a lot of them did.
I think maybe one. I couldn't even tell you who the underdog won.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to forget that card ever existed.
That's pretty bad, huh?
I don't even want to tape this one, to be honest. I think her name is Hewani from Brazil, not Rianne from Bama.
That's true. That's an H for them in Brazil.
It could be.
You're not missing much by not taping on that, by the way.
Hey, Saba. Hey, don't be talking about Caesar like that.
We might have to boot this Saba guy.
That's our dude.
Crazy.
Only argument with Gabriel. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. And I did not pick him. So I think I picked like 3 underdogs.
I had him against Battle, and then I think I picked against him when he won last time. I was like, what the fuck? This guy zigging when I'm zagging.
All right. Next one here is going to be that new one. It's going to be Balaji Ogi versus Michael Oswell. Let's see. But I'm going to go with Oki, obviously, probably here because of, the super short notice from Michael Oswell. But he's not bad. He's not bad at all. He's a good striker. He's got good combos. I mean, he doesn't really have the finishing ability that you might want, but very technical boxing. He does get hit sometimes here and there. Doesn't really move his head all that much, but yeah, he's a really decent fighter. He's got 5 KOs and 5 decision wins. He's lost twice by decision. He's never been KO'd. And Oki, he's a good striker himself. He's technical. He's got power in his hands. The only thing with him that I kind of don't like sometimes is he does slow down a little bit as the fight goes on, so that does worry me. Hopefully he can fix that with that full camp. And then if the fight gets to the mat, we saw in his last fight, he doesn't really know a lot. But luckily for him, I don't think Oswell is going to be shooting any takedowns or anything like that. So I do think this fight will play on the feet, which does help Oki there. But yeah, I think this will be a competitive fight at least. But I'm going to go with Oki to win by decision, though. I can see him as well maybe winning round 2, but I mean, round 3, it might come down to round 3, but I think Oki will have a little bit more in the gas tank. What do you think?
Yeah, I was about to say the way you ended it there is kind of how I see it. I think Oki, I don't want to say has like a cardio issue, but like he can get pressed back. Like he gets a lot of moments where the opponent's the one going forward. I mean, this guy hits hard. Oki hits hard. He can knock out pretty much anyone. The guy definitely can crack. Really good striking, really compact, really composed, really tight. But this other guy, this new guy, I haven't watched much of him. I remember him from Contender Series. I watched his most recent fight, but I would rather, want to watch a little bit more before I bet on him or anything. But he has a chance, man. Very good striking, good volume. And he goes forward, man. This guy is going after it. And like you said, not a lot of grappling from what I've seen so far, and really close fight with Bogdan on a Contender Series. I don't see this as like, oh, this guy's on short notice, he has no chance. I think he definitely has a chance to win this fight, especially if it goes out 3 rounds. I wouldn't be shocked to see the guy on short notice here actually look okay in that second and third round. I was gonna pick against Oki in his original matchup, so it's kind of like I'm not high on the guy. Like, I know my boy Sabo in the chat likes him a lot, but I really am not really blown away yet so far through his run. And this other dude, when you lose like that on Contender Series, man, he's gonna have so much fire and taking this short notice fight. He finally got his foot in the door, and he's a good striker. The one area where I think this fight's gonna play out, like, he can hold his own. So, especially you consider the fact that Oki is pretty easily, pressed backward onto the warning track, and it's gonna look good for the optics of the judges. And just the volume, I think, could really help him here. And man, I don't know, it's a tough one. I'm actually gonna go with Michael here. I'm gonna pick him as an underdog here. I think he wins the decision here and really comes on strong as the fight goes. But if he gasses, I'm not too familiar with this cardio other than those other 2 fights I've seen, so maybe he can't hold up. But I think he will, man. I think he continues to throw throughout the fight and doesn't get knocked out by Oki. So I think it's gonna be a close fight. If Oki wins the decision, I wouldn't be shocked. I'd rather bet Oki decision than his money line. But for my pick, I'm picking Oswell here.
Yeah, I don't think Oswell will gas out or anything, or like, death gas or anything in the third round. I think he'll be there. I just think like he might just slow down a little bit, and then Oki will just have that enough to just win maybe like a close round. That's what I was thinking, something like that. But the line hasn't come out yet, and the line just basically came out like a couple hours ago. But Oki's at minus 360.
Holy crap, that's shocking to me.
I just think it's because of the short notice. That's why. But when the 3.5s come out, I think Oswell can definitely win 1 round on Oki, because I do think he can land more volume too, and he is a really good boxer. But Oki might have the harder shots and do the moments like that. But this is going to be a fun fight either way, like I said. But I'm just going to go with the guy that has a full camp.
I can't blame you.
Yeah, but no bets. But the only thing I would do is if you can get Michael at plus 3.5, close to plus money, maybe like a minus 150 or less. I think that's not a bad play at all. I think he can win 1 round, and I don't see anyone finishing anyone. I don't think Michael's going to finish Oki. I don't think Oki's going to be able to finish Oswell either. Saba says Balaji will win, otherwise I will deport him from my country. There you go. You got to keep it real, Saba. Texas kid is tough, but it's hard to bet against that experience Oki has now in a striking match. Yep. Fight goes the distance. I think so. I think this one definitely does. I think it'll be fun. You might be sweating maybe the last couple minutes, but I think it'll be okay. Medeiros has very good defense and is clean. I got him winning. Nice odds. Yeah, I had Medeiros winning as well, but he's not fighting anymore. Medeiros is out. Yeah. What's up, Bunny Hunter? Appreciate you coming out, hanging out with us, as well as plus 285 right now. Yeah.
Seems like a lot, man.
It is a lot, but man, if I can get that plus 3.5 at like minus 125, I'd rather just hammer that instead of just the plus 285 just to be a little safe. But I don't know what it is yet. We'll see. It just came, like the money line just came out. So the next fight though, we got Andres Gustafsson. I want to say Gustafsson versus Trevin Giles. Who do you like here?
I'm going with Gustafsson here, but another fight where I think Derek mentioned it there on that comment. It's hard to go against Oki's experience in that last fight, and kind of feel the same way here. Like, obviously, Trevin Giles, the durability is a big question, man. Going up against someone that hits this hard and is a finisher in Gustafsson. But he has experience, right? He's losing to freaking Carlos Prates, Bonfim, Mallet. Like, those guys are pretty legit, in my opinion. And he has so much experience throughout, the UFC, but one thing that I have in my little rules of gambling is never bet on police officers. And I'm sorry, Officer Giles, I can't bet on you, man. It's going to be officer down here. But the way Gustafsson fights, man, he's not like some guy, looking like Max Holloway or Ilya Topuria at range. Like, he goes and he clinches you, man. Like, he goes and just works you in the clinch, super strong. The Contender Series finish was sick. This dude looks built, super muscular, like a tank. Wonder how he looks if this fight gets extended. Wonder how he looks if Trevin Giles tries to take him down. I think both guys can get takedowns here. Is Trevin on short notice?
Yes, somewhat. Maybe like a week or two. Like nothing like super short notice though. But yeah, he Gustafson was supposed to fight like I think Jeremiah Wells.
Right. And then like I think it ended up going with someone else. Like they had a couple fights switched.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that
They
was
got their
Billy
own
Ray
opponent.
Golf and
Right.
Oban Elliott.
Oban, that's what it was. Yeah. Which that sucks. I like Oban, but yeah, dude. Gustafson KO for me. I just can't trust the durability of Giles. But again, man, like we were saying with Derek's comment about the last fight, like it's always tough when you have. To me, Giles is the better striker at range. Could probably put together combinations better at range. And obviously has the experience, but then you add the fact that he's super not durable. I'm worried about his chin. And I can almost guarantee that Gustafson's going to get this fight in the clinch. I wouldn't be shocked if this is actually a boring fight. A lot of clinch work between both guys, and who's just more proficient in the clinch. And I think it's going to be Gustafson, whether it's the positioning or the damage landed in the clinch. I think he's going to get his way inside the clinch. So to see a guy coming off Contender Series here as a minus 170 favorite over a guy with so much experience like Giles, yeah, it's kind of tough to get behind for sure. But I think he gets the job. Doesn't think he finishes him here. I think Giles loses and it gets cut. But wouldn't be shocked to see him, put together a good game plan over 15 minutes here over the newcomer. So give me Gustafson KO.
Yep. Yeah, I'm on the same page with you. I think he gets the KO too. I just don't trust Giles' chin enough. If for whatever reason this fight does play out like a technical striking kickboxing fight, I mean, I think Giles wins that all day. But I don't think Andres is going to do that. I think he will be the one pushing forward for sure. He's going to try to get inside boxing range, get in the clinch, maybe even go for some takedowns too. Giles does have pretty decent takedown defense. But Giles, like I said, Giles has a good jab. He worked, so if he could stay at range, like he could just jab up Andres all day if Andres can't get close. That's the only thing that would scare me in this fight. But other than that, I got to go Andres to win because he's going to be more aggressive. I think he's got more power. And if he lands that one punch on Giles' chin, I think we've seen him go down like a sack of potatoes at least 3 or 4 times lately. So, that's the one thing that worries me. So, I mean, Giles probably has to win by decision, and it's going to be a boring fight. Or you can have Andres come out here and go full retard, like someone said Delford here.
Oh, dude, I forgot that in my breakdown. I forgot to put that. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go to Gustafson's Instagram, and you'll know what we mean. His game plan seems to be super, super smart.
It's super hilarious. I had to say it, but if he does it, I mean, I think he beats Giles, to be honest.
Yeah, see, this dude right here knows the comment right here.
Oh, Dev, what's up, Dev? What's good? Johnny K, my G, appreciate you coming out, hanging out with us. In typical Giles fashion, he'll be winning until he loses. That's true.
Yep.
Gus via KO, I agree. I'm right with you. I think second round KO, but I can see it first. No officers rule. Who would you pick between Gus and Wells? I would have picked Wells. I think Wells is good.
I like you. I like him. Like I don't think he's bad. Like
he's just old.
Yeah.
I'm still mad that he lost to freaking what's his name? Oh, wasn't
he the dude that ran around in a circle and fell down?
Yeah, that was him.
Like
who did he lose to? Dang it, I can't remember. But he lost to him in Nashville. I was there. I was so mad because I had a bet on him and he was winning the whole fight until he got subbed like at the very end for whatever reason. The question that needs to be answered is Trevin's mental state is step down for him, but does he still want to win? That's true. We don't know. Real sports bet picks. What's that man? Got to go with the guy with the full camp. Agreed. I have to sprinkle Giles based on the strength of schedule. Yep. There you go. But man,
plus money, man. Like, it's tough.
It's
really.
I see your point.
Other guy, Gustafson.
I just think they feed him to the wolves, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
There's certain fighters where you can be like, man, he's fought some really good competition. I'm like, yeah, it's true, but he ain't winning, and he's getting fed to a lot of wolves, and he's getting eaten up. Like, I mean, Mike Malott, it was a decision. That was a weird fight where it was a weird fight. I'll just leave it at that. Gabriel Bonfim, like he got smoked.
Yeah. He's separated from his conscience, you know, like bad.
He fought Michael Morales. He fought Dricus du Plessis. He fought Roman Dolidze and somehow won, but I don't think he did really. But he's beating the bums, but he ain't beating the up and coming guys. I don't think, Gustafsson's going to be this guy. It's going to be like top 10 or anything, but yeah, some guys they like to feed to the wolves. Maybe they're throwing him a little bit of a bone here, but he is taking this fight on short notice, so he didn't really even get to pick it. So I don't know.
I agree with Olajuwon's comment here about Malat. He like approached it, whereas like everyone was talking about his cardio.
Oh yeah, that was the fight right after he gassed out in 20 seconds.
Right.
Said bum ass.
And fighters do that, man. Fighters really do like have egos like that, and they just want to make statements and like, if they think they can comfortably win, they'll.
But that third round was so stupid. Like they both didn't throw any punches, and I'm like, what are we doing here, boys? Are we just gonna? Because Giles didn't want to get knocked out, and Malat didn't want to gas out. It was so stupid. Yep. Armin K, what's up? Oh, Charleston Harris, that's what it was. That's who it was. Yes.
He has good subs. Like
he does, but Jeremiah Wells never was subbed in his career, and he has very good grappling too. I'm like, bro, you were winning the whole fight, and then you just got snatched up by an anaconda and went to sleep. I was so mad. After what happened to Magny, yep, facts, yep, that's what it was. I mean, yeah, it was just both guys in round 3 didn't want to get KO'd, and they didn't want to gas out. So that was just a weird round 3 where nothing happened. But the next fight, Monkey King himself, Jordan Levitt versus Kurt Holobaugh. Who do you like?
Oh man, this was.
Or is it my turn?
It's your turn. You can go for you can go. I also know Jordan's your boy, so I kind of wanted you to go first.
I do end up picking Jordan a lot, but in this fight, man, I can't do it. Even though it's probably going to come back and haunt me and bite me in the ass, but because he does have a clear path to victory, Jordan does, I think, if he does use that wrestling and grappling, because we've seen Holobaugh get taken down rather kind of easily, likes to stay on his back and not try to get back up. And Jordan's totally fine with staying on top and guard, and he'll just stay there and until the ref, tries to gets him up, even if that happens, because he did that against Trey Ogden the whole fight and won. Mm-hmm. So I do think Kurt Holobaugh is the way better striker. Obviously, he's more dangerous, I think, too. I don't think Jordan's going to be able to submit Kurt, especially if he's on top. But I'm going to go with Holobaugh still. I think he can keep this fight on the feet. I think the first round might suck for Kurt, but after that, I think he'll be able to stuff the takedowns a little bit more. And I think on the feet, it's night and day. Like Kurt's going to be able to pretty much bully him. Like Jordan's striking is literally just kicks and maybe some knees in that one fight where he got the knockout with knees, but he doesn't throw hands at all. And if he does, it's not powerful. So, but yeah, it's Jordan Levitt by decision, or I think Kurt by like a KO or something like that. But I'm going to go with Kurt. I think he can squeak this out as a dog. What do you think?
Yeah, so this is a fight where I was flip-flopping. I did it a couple times on this card. At first, I was thinking Kurt here. Basically because I think at -200, Jordan's too one side reliant on getting these takedowns. Like you just said, man, on the feet, I mean, Kurt's the better striker. Very rarely will Jordan look like the better striker. Even against Ogden, that was mostly kicks, like inside low kicks, outside low kicks. And that's all basically did. And looking back, that's one of the craziest outcomes to read, because to see what Trey Ogden's done since then, like, and he's having competitive fights against Ignacio Bahamunez. I think Ignacio would literally kill Jordan Levitt, But I like Jordan, man. And it's one of those fights where here we are in MMA betting money on this sport, right? Where I don't want to say we don't know the rules, because we do know the rules, but it's about the 3 people that matter most and how they judge it, right? So it's like, does Jordan get the takedowns and basically, like you said, like hold top position, not really do damage? He's not submitting him. Probably not going to ground pound him out, and does he get up? Which I don't know, man. At -200, like I said, I just feel like it's too reliant on him getting those takedowns. He has to get them every round. But then you watch the tape on Kurt, man, especially the last one. Like, he's shown bad takedown defense throughout his career, but that last one, I felt like the takedowns came so easily, man. The guy was getting to his knee, his legs on the single legs fairly quickly, man. And I just think that Jordan isn't done, man. Like, John Wood's a good coach at Syndicate. My boy Shane's obviously Jordan's jiu-jitsu coach, so I'm rooting for the Syndicate guys a lot. But man, I saw this line. I saw -200, -190 on Jordan. I'm like, oh, I don't know, man, because on one hand, yeah, if he does get the takedowns, Kurt probably doesn't get up, and he does look bad. But if he can scramble 1 or 2 times, get up, then you start to factor in the judges. So it's like, okay, if a round's close, can Jordan seal it with a takedown? I do think so. I would 100% rather bet Jordan to win via decision than his money line, just to get a little bit greedy, a little bit cute, and take some of those lines and a little bit, make them a little bit better for yourself. But I think Kurt is a live underdog here. Ultimately, though, I am going to go with Jordan Levitt, the syndicate boy here. I really do disagree with that line, though. Even though it sucks, man, because if he does get taken down,
more money is even coming in on Jordan because he was like minus 170, 180 for a while. Now he's at minus 220.
I mean, I'm not going to come on the show with my American wrestling jacket on and not pick the guy that needs to get wrestling going to win. So
he's not even a wrestler, though.
I know, right? And so, like,
well, his takedowns aren't bad,
dude.
Though. They aren't bad. They're not great, but they're not bad.
The speed is just way different in this fight. Like, I think someone commented, like, I'm going to go against the guy that didn't get teabagged by Patty Pimblett, which obviously is Kurt. I picked Jordan against Patty, bro. I picked him, and
I did too, and he was looking good.
Bro, I know, and then he got caught with that one arm behind when he got mounted. Obviously, you got screwed there, but like at that time, Patty obviously a little bit greener than he is now, and obviously he was overseas and whatever. Like, I had faith in Jordan. Obviously, he lost, but if I'm picking him against Patty Pimblett, there's no way I could not pick him against Kurt Holloway. So give me Jordan Levitt decision here. I'd rather 100% bet that than his money line.
There you go. Yeah, I'm not betting this fight. There's other underdogs I like a little bit better than Kurt. I do think he's live, like I said, but I don't even like the plus 3.5 for him either, to be honest, because I can see Jordan win a 30-27 boring fight, get 3 takedowns, and basically get like 12 minutes of control time for the whole fight and lose. So, I am a little worried about that too, but I am picking him because I do think if he does a little bit of damage, enough damage on the feet, I think he can steal a round.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So we'll see. It might end up being a closer fight, but it might not. It's one of those fights where I think it'd be super boring or it could be very entertaining. We'll see what happens.
Kurt's like damn near 40, so like
true.
He's not getting any more athletic.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. Johnny, I'm T12 paraplegic, and I got better get-ups than Holloway. Yeah, dude, he does not get up at all. He doesn't even try. It's stupid. If Kurt gonna give me that Trey Ogden performance, yeah, that was bad. But Trey Ogden's a better wrestler, I would say, than Jordan. A little heavier on top as well. You want to say? I can't trust my hard-earned money on a skinny BJJ nerd that acts zesty reviews.
Yo, skinny. The only part about that I disagree with is skinny, bro. I think he's a little chubby,
the one thing that you said wrong in this
the rest is all true. No,
was skinny. No, nerd. Yeah. MM Math, Levitt beat Ogden. Ogden beat Holloway. Straight bet the monkey spank king. Can you straight bet him? That's a very good question. He does have a wife. I think he has kids too. So just a little zesty. Hey, Johnny, Effie, DYU, let's go. Appreciate you coming out. JDM.
Let's go, J. And new, baby.
Levitt, Vegas, own. Money line seems fair. Yeah, it's getting a little wild, though. Minus 220, I don't think that's fair. 180, I thought that was okay.
Right, yeah. But, I mean, 2-1.
Monkey King by Twerk KO. That'd be
there you go.
Crazy. Levitt and Talbot are the two of the most feminine fighters. What's in the water out there in Vegas?
Hey, Talbot's from Arizona, bro. Why do Vegas like that?
I gotta do like Levitt has a mouth to feed now.
There you go.
And in Vegas, let's go Levitt. That's true. Yeah.
Hey, how shocked were all the LGBTQ haters when he had a kid? They were like, "What? How?
What?
I thought
disgraced. Disgraced. He's out. He's out." This is a fight that we'll know who's going to win 3 minutes, and that's very true. So if you see Jordan struggling to get takedowns for whatever reason, you better live bet Kurt right now before he gets to
if he shoots, gets stuffed, ends up along the cage, kind of like working different positions, and then they separate, I'm like, oh my god, I do not want minus 200 on Levitt here. But if he gets him down and trips him down, and like
right away,
it's like, oh well, fuck, he should be minus 500.
Yep, and he will be as soon as that happens.
Yeah, probably.
The only part I disagree about is the acting.
He doesn't act zesty.
Fair enough. Next one should be a fun fight. Alan Nascimento versus Jafel Filho. Who do you like here? This is your turn now.
Yeah, both guys coming off a really long layoff. Both guys
one's
obviously grappling aces, man. Really good jiu-jitsu. classic. What if this fight just ends up on the feet? We don't see any scrambles. I think there is a chance that it happens, but I think we do see some pretty sick scrambles here, man. If you're a fan of grappling, this is gonna be a really dope fight. I feel like. Gonna go with Nascimento here. I just like his finishing ability on the mat more than Philo, but Philo's not bad, man. He looked good against Ode. I rate Ode a little bit higher than most. I know a lot of people don't like him. He's not the most durable guy, but he's hard to deal with, man. He's athletic, he's fast, he's explosive, and to get that win over him, I thought was a pretty good win. And I'm not really low on Jafiel Philo. Like I think he's a decent fighter, and I obviously like the grappling, but the inactivity is a little bit weird. I don't know what's going on here with both guys. I don't know if they got injured and are coming off layoffs like that, but I know the stats say they're pretty similar in size, but I have a feeling Nascimento is going to look way bigger at faceoffs. I know sometimes the stats aren't 100% accurate, but I just got a feeling Nascimento is going to have a little bit of a size advantage here. And in a grappling fight, I feel like I'd rather go with a guy that's a little bit bigger. What's the line right now? Nascimento's a favorite, right?
Yeah, he's minus 148. A little bit of money is coming on Jafel.
Yeah, I was going to say it should be around minus 150 then. I agree then with that line. Give me Nascimento money line. I think he ends up late submission or decision, probably going to be a decision here. It's hard to finish another guy that's pretty proficient in the jiu-jitsu defense here. So Nascimento probably puts together a better 15 minutes here. Yeah, I think that line's fair. Give me Nascimento money line.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that worries me a lot here for Nascimento is the almost 2.5 year layoff. Don't know what's going on with that. I mean, Jafel's been about a little over a year. It's not terrible, but not great either. But I think the more dangerous guy on the feet is going to be Philho for sure. He is wild. He's a little aggressive. He does pack a punch. Nascimento on the feet, like nothing really crazy to talk about. I mean, he's technical, but he's not going to like go out there guns blazing and knock you out. His game is basically just get you down and grapple. But I think Jafel is going to have enough grappling chops to be okay. I think he should be able to get back up. He showed some good scrambles in a couple of his fights too, especially against Makayev. That was a pretty fun fight too until he almost broke his leg and then he ended up losing. So I mean, yeah, and I'm just going to go with the dog here. I'm worried about that long layoff too, and I think he's going to be okay on the mat if he gets taken down. I think he can get back up, and on the feet, I actually like him a little bit better. I think he'll be landing the more moments. I think he'll push a good pace on Allen. Kind of, I don't want to say bully him, but like definitely push him back or keep him on his back foot at least, and that's not what Nascimento wants too. So he'd rather keep it like at range a little bit and like a slower kickboxing fight, but yeah, give me Phil to win. I think this is a decent dog. This is probably my favorite dog of the card. If you want to say there was a dog that I liked a little bit more, but now they're not. But very slight dog, but not really anymore. But yeah, give me Phil to win. I think it does go to decision though. If he does get a finish, it's probably by KO on the feet. But I don't think anyone's gonna sub one another. I think it's gonna be a fun fight though. I think this is one of the fun ones I'm looking forward to.
I mean, damn, dude, if Mokaev didn't get him to tap when his leg was inverted like that, it's gonna be pretty hard to get this guy to tap, dude. Like,
right?
That was insane. His leg was just freaking extended like crazy. That was nuts, man.
Nascimento was unlucky though. He got 4 canceled fights in a row. I think a couple of them though were his fault too. I think it was, I don't know if he was injured or what. The weight cut. A lot of those shoot to box guys have tough weight cuts. I don't know why, but they do. They just all have to like rally together and huddle up in the little tent.
I like how Johnny skipped Saba's previous comment.
I did. But... What's a pro oso? Can't bet against God. I'm on the pastor.
I thought that meant pure bear. Also is bear in Spanish, and then pure is, I would assume puro.
Yeah, but this is
that's some with God. Then I'm way off. But he's Portuguese. It's Portuguese for him.
The
so
pastor. It's pastor.
Yeah.
Can't bet against God. Really like Philo to win and over 1.5 at DraftKings. I like that too. I think this fight definitely goes over 1.5 either way. So if you want,
2 years is a long ass time not to fight, dude. Like, God, yeah,
almost 2.5, almost 2.5. But he is still fairly okay with age. He's 33. Right. I actually thought he was like 35 or up.
Dude, same. I thought he was way older.
I know. So, dude, he hasn't. It's crazy that he hasn't fought that long. I respect Saba with the LGH TV. Yep. Yeah. I understand. Philo destroyed Makayev's knee. Yes, he did.
That's right. Extended.
And then
Him and Osbar, you just can't tap them. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Mushroom,
Hey.
what's up, Mushroom? Appreciate you coming out, hanging out with us. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hope you are doing well and hope all your bets hit this week. But the next fight we got is going to be Zach Reese versus Dushko Todorovic. And yeah, I'm going to go with Zach Reed by first round KO. I think he gets this one done. We've seen Dushko time and time again. You know, he's looked good in some fights, and lately he hasn't been looking good. I think he's not one of those guys where he gets clipped right away and then he's done. He does take a little bit of damage, but he just that's the problem. He doesn't have any striking defense, and he takes the damage and he gets knocked out, and that's the one bad thing about Dushko. But maybe he can get some takedowns early and drag this fight into the second round, but even then, I think Zach Reese is going to be a little bit too much for him. He's got pretty decent grappling off his back too. But Zach Reese on the feet, I think he's going to be able to KO Dushko. I'll make this one short and sweet, but Reese by first round KO. What do you think?
I'm going to get killed for this in the chat. I'm going Dushko.
What?
I'm going Dushko KO here. Bro, Dushko,
what, KO?
When I did my notes, yeah, Zach Reese has got a head like a pumpkin. What I was doing, I was like, Dushko falls in the category of not as bad as you think.
Oh, I know.
He's
but
bad.
That's the problem.
But he's not that bad. Like, I like his striking's okay. Like, his offensive striking is actually not bad. Good speed, good technique. But bro, like, we're talking about MMA and just fighting in general, whether it's boxing, whatever. You want to inflict damage while also not taking damage. And that second part of the equation, he does not do. Like, he is so hittable, man. Like, I actually don't think his striking's really that awful.
I know, but that's the problem.
He gets hit too much, bro. Like,
his striking
defense, chin can go like that any second. Reese, and also Reese. Don't get me wrong. Everyone's oh my god, Zach Reese to the -200 in a UFC fight. What the hell is this? I mean, he's not horrible either. Like, yes, I know he's getting finished. Both these guys, someone's gonna get absolutely slept in this fight, whether it's Dushko on the feet or him getting some ground and pound here. But I'm going, one last time out. Obviously, if he loses, probably gets cut. This guy's gonna get finished over and over and over again. I will say though, I know I kind of joked about Zach Reese's head. Dushko, like, no joke, bro. His head is huge, and it's just a huge target. He has like the Mega Mind head. It's like a huge shape, like a circle, but like a balloon. My head was a balloon. But yeah, I mean,
dude, he was going life or death with Jordan Wright.
Hey,
and he won. He still won.
And what happened then? He bodied him. No, I'm joking. But he won. Like, it's like you even said it in your regular. Like, it's not like the first shot puts him out. He's not.
I know.
Freaking out cold instantly. Like, he does take some damage, and then obviously gets blown out. But like,
it's like he doesn't know what to do with his arms, except throw punches. But he's like, oh, how do I block with my head?
The part where you have to bring the punch back, he forgets that part.
Yeah, he's like, wait,
there's
something I'm missing.
But then it's a small apex cage, not a lot of area to move around, man, and someone's getting caught, man. Someone's getting caught super bad. Honestly, wouldn't be shocked to see it to be Dushko. But at these odds, hey man, I'm taking a shot on the dog. Don't know if I'll bet it, but
you better do it by KO.
This is my most out there. I know it. I know I'm not. I know how crazy I sound, but this is my crazy take, I guess you could say, for the card. I'm going Dushko KO.
Well, I mean, my wife would probably be happy that you took him.
She knows ball, bro. She's a ball knower.
No, she knows Serbians. That's about Serbia. No, she does know UFC too. But I even was like, hey, babe, I'm like, Dushko's fighting this weekend. She's like, uh-oh. It's like she already knew. She already knew. She's like, yeah, he's probably getting KO'd. I'm like, probably.
Bad, dude.
Oh, let's see what everyone else says here. Crossover MMA, what's up? First time catching the stream. Appreciate you hanging out with us. This is awesome. It's great time every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely come on out and hang out with us. Reese and Early. Yup, Johnny. Yup. Nearly time for the Cats. Go Cats. Let's go. The Gambling Ram. What's up, man? Reese Todorovic, round 3 does not start. Is a solid. Yep. -360. I already seen it. I like that one if you want a good parlay piece right there.
Which that's always fun, right? Like when you go into a fight knowing, hey man, some bad's gonna happen right now. Someone's getting the business right now soon. So just tune in and watch. So I love when you just kind of know someone's about to get the business.
Yeah, this is the fight where Yeah, this is the fight I would probably bet all my money on. That's not gonna go to decision. I
Even if
put
they're
the
tired,
house
bro.
on this
Even if
one.
like they're tired and early, and then they just get tired then, I still think someone gets get
Oh yeah,
finished. Cage is so
100%.
small, Where are they
The,
gonna go?
the Savage versus the Douche. Fight ends by
Yeah, exactly.
finish. I don't see how
Bird
this gets out
sandwich.
of the first round. I don't think it does either, but I like the under 1.5 too. If you want a little bit better juice, someone's loved one. Definitely had a gun to Effie's head for this one. Okay, Ramlin Ram. Minus 160 on DK. Mr. Nice Guy. What's up, Mr. Nice? Checking in. What's up, Ryan McMuffin and Cross? Appreciate you hanging out with us, Mr. Nice Guy. Dushko's last win was against Jordan Wright, so Zach, you better be effing ready. Let's see. Johnny, ever think of doing a fight companion? Maybe start with the big fights or yeah, I've done a few here and there. I usually do like the early ones, but I haven't done them lately. But I don't want to do them by myself because it's boring. I don't want to keep talking. So if I have to have like at least two or three people with me, and
I will say
it's fun.
JDM Freak. It's usually for like the Abu Dhabi not pay-per-view cards. So like a card over Middle East.
Like the 11 o'clock ones. Those are fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll do
Which sucks for me because like it's like 7 in the
8.
morning, so the prelims like I can't be drinking. But then like the main card comes around noon. I'm like, all right, fuck yeah. But you guys already get to go right away.
I'm starting at 11. That's fine with me. Let's go. Violence indeed. Yep. Scotty Law, what's up, Scotty? Greetings, gentlemen. I have arrived coming to you from a 12 and under softball game. Love it.
Nice, bro.
Love your dedication. Hope your team is winning. Let's see. Next one here is going to be Ketlin Vieira, friend of the show. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but it's been a long time. Ketlin hasn't tuned in a while. And Macy Shayazon. Shayazon. I can't even say it right. Is it my turn? Your turn.
I'll go.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Give me Macy here. Macy money line. I was at Ketlin's last fight against Kayla, and I thought she was going to get killed like right away, especially in the clinch with the judo that Kayla possesses. And she did. I mean, watching it live, I thought she did fine. Like obviously she lost and she kept getting bad positions, but like I said, I expected her to go out there and get killed, and she obviously didn't. And on one hand, I'm like, oh, maybe Kayla's not that good. Maybe Norma Dumont can beat Kayla Harrison, which I do think is true. But I've always been a little bit lower on Macy up until who was the Brazilian girl, Silva, that she like cut open really, really bad.
Bruno Silva.
Now, like, I'm not doubting Macy anymore, man. Like, she's proven to me she could be dangerous fighters. Ketlin is a pretty strong girl. I do expect a lot of clinch work in this fight. But Macy's, smart in the clinch, man. I think she can pummel this girl in reverse if her back's along the cage. I think she can reverse and be the one being on the offense in the clinch. And then in the clinch landing damage, man. It's just the strength factor. Is Ketlin just way stronger than her? Wouldn't shock me, man. These Brazilian girls are pretty buff, pretty stacked.
Macy.
As far as who will probably get the fight down, I think it'll be Macy. I think Macy will be the one ending up on top. If she gets put on bottom, I think she can reverse. Ketlin's a little bit spazzy, in my opinion, on the mat, especially when she's in side control and full guard. And on the feet at range, I do think that Macy will look better. Regardless of her Justin Bieber haircut, I think she wins this fight. I think she's going to win via decision. And one of the closer line fights on the card, I can see the case here for Ketlin, man. She herself is also pretty proficient in the clinch. And she probably does hit harder. I think that she doesn't have to land as much volume to mark up Macy as Macy does. I think Macy will have to land a lot more volume to start, making the damage visible on Ketlin, whereas Ketlin could probably land 1 or 2 shots and get the pale girl Macy to look really red for the judges here. But close fight. But like I said, I'm done doubting Macy, man. I'm a Macy believer. Give me Macy money line here. Decision.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately, like I said, Ketlin's friend of the show, but I gotta go with Macy, and I think she wins. Like, I'm pretty confident she wins this fight. Like, Macy's more well-rounded for me. I like her wrestling. I do like her elbows in the clinch. I think she's more aggressive. Ketlin, she's got some sneaky like offensive grappling with submissions if she's taken down. But like, I've seen too much time with her in some of the fights where she's held up against the cage, and I think Macy can do that. I think Macy is actually going to be like, you might not think Macy will be stronger, but I think she will be stronger because Holly Holm was able to hold up Ketlin Vieira up against the cage for like 3.5 rounds. Kayla Harrison, I mean, she's a monster, but and she can get taken down. Like Ketlin's takedown defense isn't great, and she does like to stay on the on her back too and try to work submissions. She's got a few like arm bars submissions, but She definitely wants to keep it on the feet. She's not going to be shooting on Macy at all. Like Macy will be the one shooting, so I think she can mix in that. And Macy's striking isn't bad. She is a little hittable though, but I don't think Ketlin's that type of fighter where she's gonna like knock out Macy on the feet either. It's gonna have to be something crazy, like a up kick liver shot. Like how random was that? Where she was dominating Aldana.
I won my bet on that, and I think about that all the time, man. Like it's just people talk about banana peels and fluke injuries.
That's a banana peel.
I think an up kick to the rib for a broken rib is about as fluky as it gets.
Yeah, and yeah, I think just Macy's gonna be more aggressive. She's gonna be winning. She's gonna have the better moments, and I think she's gonna make some takedowns. And I think she's gonna be a little bit better in the clinch too. So, love Macy. I think she gets it done. I don't think there's gonna be a finish though. I just think she's gonna have a lot more moments than Ketlin. And if things go awry for Macy, she will shoot takedowns, and I think she'll get them. So, give me her by decision. I like those odds at -120 now. Like I said, she was a dog at one point, like +100, but now it's, it's a little bit of a favorite. And I understand the line, but I still think there's value on Macy. I just think she's the more dangerous fighter. I don't think Ketlin's very dangerous at all, unless she can wrap up an armbar. That's about it.
Man, Ryan Matthews just threw me off. You'll get to his comment in a second, but I almost had to walk off the set from what he just said. That's crazy, bro.
Fight goes the distance. Yeah, I think it does go the distance. But it might be better just to like bet against it for this fight. I don't know, for whatever reason I'm like, man, this fight might get, because Macy sometimes can be a little too aggressive and then like get guillotined or something like that, or a banana peel. And Ketlin, Macy's always goes for a finish. Like if you go back and watch a couple of her fights with Pani and Buena Silva, her last two fights, like she went for the finish the whole time and she got it. So it's Macy time. Macy has been on a roll lately, but with Ketlin losing decisions to Kayla and Rocky, this is a pick'em. I'm going to watch this one as an only fan. Okay. If you beat Norma Dumont, you smash Ketlin Vera. I agree.
Norma's my girl, man.
Agree. Yep. Low key, Macy is kind of sexy.
That's the one. I was like, am I watching the wrong person? What's going on here? That's crazy. That's probably the craziest. You get a lot of crazy comments. That's up there. And then JDM Freak backed him up. That's crazy. Got some freaks in the chat.
I'll have to. I don't think I can get there. Weights experience. What am I looking at? You're looking at two guys talking MMA, and Macy Chazon wins money line. There he is. Pale chicks with tattoos are my thing. There you go. Macy's a hottie for real. Yeah, I don't see it with. I don't either. I mean, she's not bad looking, but that doesn't mean she's good looking.
Yeah, I hope you guys. Yeah, if you're talking about Macy Barber, hey.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Macy. Yeah, which Macy are we talking about? Wait, now I'm. Hold up. Oh, he put the right Macy. Okay, there's no E's. I forgot there was two Macys. Macy gonna make her bleed. She says, "Okay, there you go. What happens?" You're a lesbian. I hope he's talking about the main event. Pale chicks with no tattoos are far superior.
Probably like that K.
Yeah, we're talking about fighting or. Oh shit! Any action body slam? I was talking about.
I fucking Ryan.
All right, next one we got Dustin Jacoby versus Bruno Lopez. I believe it's my turn. Mm-hmm. Gonna go with Dustin here. I think he gets back on track. I think this is a step down for him for a reason. He was fighting some pretty decent guys. A couple of those fights, you could say he kind of got robbed. I think he got robbed against Khalil Roundtree. But then he's getting smoked, against Dominic Reyes, the second coming of Dominic Reyes, who's looking freaking good. And he beat Vitor Petrino with that knockout, which was crazy. So, but he's a very good kickboxer. Like the only thing with him sometimes is like, he can get a little too aggressive and then he gets clipped and then he wobbles and he's getting a little older. But Bruno can pack a punch. He can kind of, wrestle, grapple here and there, but I just don't think he's at that level of Dustin yet. I mean, I'm not saying he can't get the KO, but a lot of Bruno's finishes too, or wins have come by finish, and they've come early too, in the second or first or second round. So I think his last 10, other than the last one, his last 9 out of his last 10 have come by finish. So If he can't get Dustin out of there early, I think Dustin cruises to a decision. I think or maybe even a late finish, but that's what I'm going to go with. Dustin by decision. I just think levels. There's levels to this. I'm just worried about Dustin's chin early. That's it. What do you like?
That's a fair worry, man.
It is.
I know we said it, or I said earlier when we started the card, like with a lot of these fights, you can really like dig into it and make a case for the underdog. And this was one. Dustin, in my opinion, is one of my favorite fighters. He's honestly top 10 favorite fighter of mine. Just love how he fights. Obviously very good striking, very proficient. I think it's crazy. He has like a broken forearm in his left arm. So now he has like a steel rod in there. And that was like years ago. So now I really do think it helps him blocking shots and then landing shots. I think it's a little bit more stiff. I mean, how could it not be, right?
That's what she said.
But you said it, man, in your breakdown there. Like he is getting up there in age. Was it 37 years old, close to now? And that Dominic Reyes, that flash KO definitely worries me. But man, he is the better striker here. Bruno is so wide. When I'm watching him fight, like he goes for it. Don't get me wrong. Like he's aggressive. Like he obviously packs a punch. Can finish pretty much any opponent. But the technique is just too wide. And whereas Dustin's way sharper, right? Like I think he's way quicker to the punch. I don't think he exerts as much energy in his shots. I think his cardio is going to hold up way better in this fight. Bruno, I do expect to try to clinch work here against Dustin, and I just don't think that's going to happen, man. Or at least work. I mean, I think Dustin's going to be able to separate the clinch fairly easily here. You know, when you get these Muay Thai kickboxing fighters, I mean, I don't say that's all they do, but they do spend a lot of time in the clinch. And, you know, whether it's elbows, head positioning, you know, weight, where you're posturing up, like these guys are smart. And so, like you said, Dustin's has way more experience, and this does kind of feel like a get right spot. Bruno, obviously, you know, younger guy. I guess you could say he's on the come up. Yeah, well,
he's like 34, right?
32, but
32. Okay.
I see right here. It says his gym name is China Team. So you're gone. Get out of here. Not picking you. I'm just joking, guys. But yeah, give me Dustin.
No,
I do think he's obviously better striker here. The durability obviously is something you got to worry about, man. Like getting up there in age, this guy just throws so heavy. Bruno does that is. But like I said, man, at the end of the day, I just think he's a little bit more wild, and his shots take a lot more energy out of him throughout the fight, and he's so reliant on finishing opponents. Whereas if this goes 15 minutes, I'm pretty confident and have a lot of faith in Dustin being the more smarter guy, using his footwork more, even in the small apex cage. And probably going to be I don't say easy fight, but a fight where Dustin knows he can get both his checks. He's going to make weight, he's going to get his win check, and get paid. So I think Dustin wins this fight. I actually think he knocks him out in that second round. Check hook.
Ooh, I like it. I like that. JDM Freak, Aaron greater than Barber. Are we talking about looks or are we talking about the fight? Because
JDM's drunk as fuck, dude.
I don't know what's wrong with you on that one. I mean, like I said, both of them aren't bad by any means, but there is a clear winner. Ryan pretty much said it. Jacoby round 3 decision. Is Tom versus John? No. I'm saying this fight, that fight ain't happening.
That's never happening.
No.
John would never take that fight.
No, because there's a reason why this fight hasn't happened yet. And John will retire on his own terms.
Which,
fine. But
yeah, he deserves it. Guy just do it. Ever. Like,
just do it then, because you're getting punked.
Now you're looking bad, bro.
You're looking like
a
baby back bitch right now.
Like, that's crazy, bro. Like,
you should just
can't
retire.
Have the interim guy defend the interim title. You're a joke, bro. You're a joke of a champion. Like, I get it, you're the greatest ever, bro. But like, either retire already or just take the fight, bro. Like, what's going on? And I don't think he's gonna take the fight. I think he's gonna go off into the sunset.
Heavyweight division is being held up because of John Jones' stupidity.
But I looked at it like, even if John doesn't take the fight, like there's really no one for Tom to fight too. Like,
there isn't,
like, basically
other than maybe Volkov, but he already beat Volkov, and he'll crush Cyril Gane. But I mean, at least you got to fight and get some money, dude. Tom isn't getting any money.
I know.
At least give us Reyes versus Yuri matchup. That would be great.
Ooh.
That'd be great.
That's crazy that Jerry's like in college. Like, what the hell? Like, he's like going to school still.
He's weird. So I feel like another trap. I'm not touching this fight. Yuri versus Ankh would be a good matchup as well. Yeah, it'd be fun. I think Ankh would.
I don't really think,
but
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater. I don't think Yuri should be like getting title shots.
I don't think he should either. I mean, he's a fun fighter, but I think there should be the Ankh and Pereira rematch personally. But Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. That's
If it
what,
happens,
November. They always do it in
yeah,
November,
yeah.
right?
I was gonna say if it happens, that's probably the card though. You know,
Barber versus Jandiroba, hard is a hard pick. Yeah, man, very
just so
tough.
hot. You know, both of them so hot.
Very tough. I get it. If it doesn't happen November,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yep.
I don't. I agree. All the PvP headliners lined up in October. Not already. Islam versus JDM could be in Abu Dhabi in October. I thought they was going to go into Australia or whatever. But yeah, I mean,
Oh, I heard they're
I'm.
moving the Mexico card.
They could, yeah, because they're
Yeah,
not getting the construction done in
and
time
if
or
they still
whatever.
give it to Yair, which it looks like they will, like that's crazy.
You know who I'll be max betting?
Volk.
Ain't gonna be Yair. Tell you that. Sheesh, Yair's gonna get destroyed.
They made Volk look like a power puncher. That was crazy.
Aspinall should fight Blades. Oh boy. If I can get Aspinall at plus 135 again, I was so mad about that.
That's
Tom
so
has to shill shitty supplements. Yeah, to make ends meet. Exactly. You gotta sell that crap. But who beats Yuri outside the champs? Probably nobody at the moment.
I think Khalil beats him. Khalil's
So.
good, bro.
I mean, he's good, but I don't think he will.
You just gotta make him angry.
That's the problem. Yuri's not gonna make him angry.
Yeah, get his ass. Get Saba. Get him. This dude knows. Bean Eggs knows.
Jeez, come on. Saba's just messing with me. MSG is the only card that Duck will waddle out of hiding from. That's true. It probably would.
That's hilarious. It's true though.
It's
funny
it's very
it's
true. All right. Next
Sounds
fight, Ramiz Brahimaj versus Billy Ray Golf. This is the fight where they did the switcheroos.
Right. Yeah.
Oben was supposed to fight Ramiz, and this guy was supposed to fight Billy Ray Golf, and now they are fighting another. So this kind of is a short notice fight for both these guys, but I'll go first. Interesting fight. You know, I don't think Ramiz is all that great. He has been looking pretty decent though in his last couple fights, or at least his last fight against Mickey Gall, if you want to say. But I think the styles are going to make the fights here. I'm going to go with Billy Golf. I like, you know, he's durable. He always pushes a pace. Yeah, he gets hit a lot, but he gives it back. I've seen, you know, Brahimaj kind of slow down in the fights, especially round 3. But he is pretty durable himself. I mean, he got pretty much his ear ripped off and he still wanted to fight. So I'll give him the toughness factor, but the cardio and the volume after like round 1.5, like he does slow down, and Billy's going to keep pushing that pace, and he does work the body, so he might even get tired quicker. I don't think Rami is going to be able to use a lot of his grappling. He's a decent grappler, but I mean, both guys pack a punch, but I don't think there's going to be a knockout on either side. But give me Billy Golf to win by decision. But there could be some moments in that third round where I think Ramiz is going to look a little scared. Like you might think there's going to be a finish, but I think he's going to tough it out and survive. But I can see Billy win like a 30-27 here, maybe, or a clear 29-28. I think he wins this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know about clear.
Clear. I said it.
I am so low on Ramiz Brahimaj, dude. It's crazy.
I'm pretty low.
Like if he was just a jiu-jitsu guy and try to get into the jiu-jitsu world, I think he could have a good name, man. I think he could win a lot of matches and get a good following and make decent money. But as far as MMA and mixing it together, like I just don't see it, man. I don't think he's very good. He has very low volume. I was actually watching one of my old breakdowns of him. I believe it was against Mickey Gall. And I said that I don't know if Ramiz Brahimaj knows he has to throw strikes to win fights. Like he just doesn't. Like he just doesn't throw anything. I think against Themba, he got 3 strikes landed statistically. I mean, not Themba like had him down and stuff, but like you said, he's like very comfortable off his back. Like he just thinks he can get submissions off his backs and tries to get sweeps when he gets taken down. And you said it as well. Like Billy Ray's pressure and his pace that's something to be aware of. Like this guy goes for it, man. This guy has crazy volume, and like you said, that presents the threat of looking bad in that third round, especially if he ends up on his back. At minus 360, I feel like that's kind of crazy.
It is.
I don't think Ramiz can win a decision here. I think if I were to bet Ramiz or if I liked him to win, I would 100% be on the submission. But I don't think he gets him, man. I think he gets outstruck on the feet. I think if he gets put on his back, I think Billy Ray's smart enough to, stay in his guard, get the side control, try to pass, and obviously not get submitted. But Yeah, I think Billy Ray is going to win this fight. I think the third round is probably the most likely round that Ramirez wins. Early, I don't think it's going to be looking very good for him. And he's training with Bilal. I know, he's a good coach and everything, good camp. But like I said, man, at the beginning of my breakdown, like I'm actually really low on Ramirez Brahimaj. I just don't think he can win a decision other than really utilizing some grappling here and getting top control. So give me Goff to land more damage, obviously land more strikes at range, look better at range, and not get submitted. So give me Billy Ray Goff. I think someone commented for him to win via cooler name. 100% agree. Pretty badass name, but yeah, give me Billy Ray Goff to win this fight. I'm going to go 29-28.
There we go. Yeah, I can see a 30-27 though too. If there's going to be a 30-27 on either fighter, it's going to be Billy Ray. 100%.
I just don't see how he wins the rounds other than like putting Goff on his back. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's range, I really don't.
Or just take the back and he just backpacks him for the whole round. You know what I mean? Something like that.
I think he subs him.
No, he could, but
he's good jiu-jitsu now. He's good.
No, he's very good.
Like,
I just don't think Golf's gonna allow that to happen. That's the problem.
Yep.
I don't think Ramiz's wrestling is all that great either. He's got very good grappling. He has to be tricky about this one, and maybe like take the back up against the fence or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just not a wrestler. he's good grappling, but he's just not a wrestler to get the fight down. That's the problem with him. And his striking, he does have some power, but I mean, Billy's tough as hell. Arguably should have won against Trey Waters. I kind of thought he did, and I had a Trey Waters bet.
I mean, I picked him against Mickey Gall. Like, I'm really low on Mickey Gall too, but like,
oh yeah,
Mickey Gall could get knocked out by both of us. So it's like, is that really that big of a, statement?
Yep, true. Billy Ray Goff is, jeez, Ryan, come on, man. Golf KO round 3. I like that little play there. I think you are thinking of Billy Ray Cyrus Ryan or Billy Ray Valentine.
Cool both cool names.
I'm seeing Ramirez going into this fight looking like Moises did against Gordon. I could totally see that.
That'd be awesome.
Ramirez is sub or bust fighter, regardless of opponent, betting wise. Agreed. He ain't gonna win it. He ain't gonna be winning a lot of decisions. He's mainly gonna be finish or bust. I'm gonna head out, guys. Catch you later. Appreciate you hanging out with us, Saba. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Next one, co-main event: Matthias Gamrot versus Ludovic Klein. Who do you like?
I like Ludovic Klein, man. I know I'm a big wrestling guy. I favor grapplers a lot in my predictions and just overall picks. And I don't want to say, oh, it was like a new era of 155 and Matuis is going to get pushed out, kind of like Bilal did against JDM. But man, like, Matuis is getting older, right? And he gets clipped quite frequently, man. And this dude, Klein, is stacked. I understand he's smaller, right? He's a 45er coming up to 55, but he's filled out well, and he's still technically smaller, but he's never fought a wrestler like Matuis, right? Rarely ever has someone that's fought someone like Matuis. Can you go into the fight being like, oh, I fought someone that shoots takedowns like this guy? Yeah. This guy will shoot 25 in a fight, in a 15-minute fight. A great chain wrestler, man. He doesn't get the first one, goes right to the next one. Doesn't get that, goes right to the next one. His scrambles are unreal. But a lot of times, other guys are scrambling with him, right? And I don't know if Ludovic will have that ability. I think if he does get taken down, he's probably getting pinned for a good amount of time, and then he's going to have to work to get up. But on the feet, man, I think he's way faster. I think he's going to land damage. We've seen Matuis have really bad exposed striking defense. His durability gets questioned. He's up there in age. And I just think that this kid's younger, more explosive at this point. And I'm not sold that he's going to get completely washed with these takedowns, man. Like, I think he can get up. I think he can, get some sweeps and then hurt Matuis, just like we're talking about the Jordan Levitt fight with Holloway. Like, how are they going to score this? How are they going to score, Matuis's takedowns? Because he doesn't really submit people. He doesn't really land damage. Like, he just gets them down, they get up, and he puts them right back down. He uses his cardio as a weapon. The guys get tired, their hands get lower as they get up. Now they're at range. Now they're tired. Have to defend these takedowns. They have to think about these takedowns. Fine Matuis. It's a hard style to fight. But at plus 140, I think it's worth a shot here. I'm going to be betting Ludovic Klein. Hopefully money comes in on Matuis and people parlay him up. But yeah, I like the young kid here. Give me Ludovic Klein. I think he gets the win here.
Yep, I'm right with you. I do think this fight will end up playing out close. I think it's going to be obviously damage over control, but I just don't trust Gamrot enough to win the minutes because Klein can definitely win the moments. And we've seen Gamrot get clipped, get dropped, and he's winning the round for about 4 minutes, and then he gets dropped, and then that loses the round. I could see Klein doing that at least once in this fight. And if Klein remotely does a little bit more damage in a very close round, he's going to win the fight 100%. And I do think this fight goes to decision. I don't think, Gamrat's pretty durable. He's been knocked down a lot of times, but he's never been knocked out. And I don't think I don't think Gamrat's going to be able to submit or knock out Klein or anything like that. The over might be a decent look if you want to at minus 230 for a parlay piece. And I actually like Ludovic Klein, the plus 3.5 at minus 205. I know that it's minus 205 for an underdog, which is a little weird, but I think Klein wins a round. I mean, was there any fight that Gamrot won 30-27? Like, I can't even think of one. I mean, yeah, he's got some finishes, but I don't think he went out there and like destroyed someone.
I think he robbed freaking Armin, bro.
Oh, he totally robbed Armin. Armin won that fight. Armin totally won that fight. Jalen Turner fight, like Jalen Turner was able to knock him down. That's why it went to split. It was close. Rafael Fiziev, the leg injury, blah. But he wasn't even like Fiziev was different back then. But now he's a little washed. But maybe it was Dosan Jose. Maybe he got 30-27.
Ryan made a really good comment here. He said he'll die on the hill that Gamrot has the best scrambles in MMA. I agree, man. His scrambles, his grappling in general, it's up there, dude. Like, it's really hard to think about who can utilize the cardio. Yeah, I mean, it's hard.
Dude, that guy got some good scrambles, man. He just doesn't stop.
Who was the dude that Rafael Alves? He had some pretty good scrambles too, man. That was hard to control that guy down too. Even though he got cut, he's not in the UFC anymore, but. I mean, yeah, man, like this guy's grappling is top tier, 100%. But I just think that if you could push him and scramble enough times to where, like you said, you can make it a little bit closer on the feet, those shots come. They eventually come, and I think they'll come in this fight. So,
yep.
I'm not disrespecting Gamrot's grappling, or I guess my biggest critique would be his finishing ability, his submissions.
Yeah, he doesn't have any submissions.
Right. Yeah. A lot of guys are getting up, like for as good as he is, they are getting up. But those guys are good. Like Armin's freaking super good. Even Fiziev, like that fight lasted like one round, and I thought Fiziev was going to win that fight.
I thought so too.
Obviously, Benil beat him, but like we're talking about freaking top 5, top 10 guys. And I'm not saying Ludovic's one of those guys, but I mean, it's kind of turning to that area soon. But yeah, man, it should be a great fight, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one too, and I'll say this with Gamrot at the best scrambles, he could for sure, but like, who's actually going out there and trying to wrestle or grapple with Gamrot too?
Just Armin. I
mean, he kind of did, but he wasn't really shooting a lot of takedowns on Gamrot. He was more so striking with him and then scrambling to get back up, or even like stuffing the takedowns. Like a lot of that fight was on the feet, and I'm trying to think of, like, there was one round where I think they thought Gamrot like knocked down Armin, but he didn't at all. And I think that's what people like. That's what the judges thought happened, and it didn't.
It was like a spinning back fist or something.
Yeah, and he hit him, but he didn't like knock him down or anything. It was just like a weird timing thing, and it looked a little funky. But I still thought Armin won. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. Like I said, I don't know if I said it or not, but I think Klein wins a very close decision. It could even go to split, just because he's going to do the more damage, and I think he's going to get one knockdown in this fight sometime. I don't know if it's going to be first, second, or third.
Up, so I hope he just marks him.
I like that plus 3.5 in a parlay. Just be a little safe. Be a little safe. Love seeing you both on Klein. This fight trends toward over 2.5, all over 1.5. I like both of those for sure. Gotta drop. I hope everyone has a great one. Love the show, fellas, and let's get paid. Yes, appreciate you hanging out with us, Steve. Come back next week. Armin and Dariush. Gamrot put hands on Hooker. He surprised me with how he looked on the feet with Dan in the first 2 rounds. What's up, Carmi? Appreciate you hanging out with us. Denny's has some pretty good scrambles too, but I'm not going to bet on them. Really? Klein going to win. Ring rust on the other side. How long has it been for Gamrot?
I think a year, right?
Actually less than a year.
Yeah,
Let me
9 months
see.
ago.
Yeah. Only thing with
He was
Klein,
supposed he was like offering to fight a lot of guys, and they kept saying
yeah.
no.
Split of you have the book. Yep. I think
Mm-hmm.
it might be a close split. I like Klein also. Yeah, this is another good underdog, I think, too. But it just, the thing with Gamrot though is like, you're just gonna have to hope he gets those takedowns because he's not a finisher. He's just not a finisher. And Klein can get those takedowns, and I don't trust his Gamrot's chin. He always gets knocked down at least once. I swear. That's what, maybe this is the time where he doesn't get back up. You don't know.
Let's go.
But all right, main event. Gonna be Aaron Blanchfield versus Macy Barber. I'll go ahead and start. So yeah, as soon as this fight was announced, I thought I had my pick. I was ready to go. I was like, oh yeah, all day. Not even gonna think twice about it. But of course,
Yep.
you do a little tape study, and I'm like, well, shit. that did not work out the way I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was going to be picking Macy Barber to win. I'm picking Aaron Blanchfield after watching a little bit of tape. I just don't. The thing about Macy is her takedown defense that scares me a lot. She is going to be more physical. I don't. She's a little bit more aggressive as well on the feet. But Aaron, I think, is a little cleaner with her striking. And I also think that she can have good setup takedowns at the right time to take down Macy and just control her there. Andrea Lee was able to do that a lot of that fight against Macy Barber. And that scares me too, going back and watching that. But I think Barber has a decent shot to win this fight, though. The inactivity, I know she had to pull out of a couple of her at least the last fight. I don't know if it was something to do with the injury, but it's been a little bit of a time.
Yeah, she got injured. Yeah.
Okay, so that's another thing here too. This is the 5-round fight. That's a big thing. If this was a 3-round fight, I would probably pick Macy still. But Aaron Blanchfield looked like crap in the first 2 rounds against Rose Namajunas, and she came back and won the last 3. And she's going to be there for all 5 rounds. And I can see Barber kind of slow down after round 3 if it gets that far, which worries me too. So give me Aaron to win. I think she wins it by decision, maybe a 48-47 kind of thing, maybe 49-46. I could see too. But Barber has a chance, but I think she's just going to have to bully Aaron. But she can't be too aggressive though, because she will get taken down. That's the thing. What do you think?
Yeah, dude. I think I actually had the same path as far as how I got to my pick earlier in the week. Obviously we had the off week last week, and I thought I was going to be on Barber, especially at close to plus 200. I felt like it was a way closer fight than the line indicates. But then, you watch tape and you kind of get a better idea. And there's a couple fights on both sides that give me pause as far as feeling super confident for Blanchfield. Like you said, she didn't look great in the beginning of that Rose fight, but not Blanchfield. Who was it? JJ Aldridge. Like she looked horrible in that fight.
Oh
like,
yeah, she looked
horrible
bad.
until it finished. And she was a huge favorite, and I think she's way better than her, and she should have styled on her. And yeah, she finished her and got the win. But like, it's just one of those things where I was like, oh man, like I remember watching that fight and then running it back, and I'm like, well, this is not good. But on Barber's side, it's like, man, the Alexa Grasso fight, she's punching air. She's throwing spinning kicks that are missing by 5 feet. Her striking has gotten better. To see that now against Grasso and then watch her against Rebus, her striking is definitely improved. But I think you said it best, man. You watch that Andrea Lee fight, and I'm like, man, you're getting taken down like fairly easily here. And I think someone commented, if Barber has not improved her takedown defense or get up ability, she basically has no chance. And I hate to think that one fighter, at over minus 200 is, going to go out there and work this girl when she's so reliant on getting those takedowns. If Blanchfield gets stuffed here, it could be looking pretty greasy here. But even then, like you said that Macy's probably going to be the more physical girl, probably going to be the bully, and I agree. But at the same time, I just think that Aaron is the sharper striker. She's not as wide, and she doesn't leap into her shots as much as Macy. Macy likes to jump into her striking range and really leap into her shots, and that's just telegraphed. Someone with a good striking defense can see it coming and just pivot out and get an angle.
Well,
and
also telegraph a good takedown too.
I was going to say, I think it's going to leave opportunities for Aaron to really get these takedowns and getting on these hips. And then from there, man, I just don't see how Barber's going to win 3 rounds off this girl. And yeah, man, for me, it's going to be Blanchfield decision here. I really don't expect a finish in this fight. Yeah, I just think that at this point in their career, Macy has shown that she's been getting taken down by inferior wrestlers than someone like Blanchfield. And if Blanchfield does get these hands locked around her hips, I think she's going down, man. I don't know how confident I am that she gets back up. So it's pretty easy fight to break down, man. Blanchfield needs to use takedowns. If not, she's going to make it way closer than it needs to be. So I think she does ultimately at the end of the day. The injury is kind of weird from Barber. I don't know what it was. I believe it was a knee. I could be wrong. But yeah, give me Blanchfield here. Originally, I was surprised at that line, but the more I looked into it, the more it makes sense. So yeah, give me Blanchfield decision here. Probably get a better line than her money line because I don't really see her finishing.
What do you
Barber.
like better, Blanchfield money line or the over 4.5? It's like the same.
Well, then the over because you save yourself. You know, obviously
that's what I was thinking because I was like,
it's
man, I kind of like the over 4.5 at the same price as Aaron Blanchfield, and I like Aaron Blanchfield to win. But
a good
just
example
to be safe
is the Bilal fight. Bilal, I believe, was like minus 180. No, over 4.5 was like minus 175, and I'm like, why don't you just take the over? Like you're saving yourself a chance of Bilal losing, which you ended up losing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty, correlated. Like if it goes over, Bilal, is probably taking it down. But sure enough, that's not the case, and the fight played out the way it did. And I feel like the over is a little bit safer just for the fact that Macy can pull off a upset here.
I agree.
Kind of like insurance,
Yeah. B-Neg says Aaron's striking is not as good as Barber's. I mean, I think
they're both
it just
bad.
depends on what you're looking at. I mean, I never really thought Aaron's striking was all that great, but she is getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Barber, she could pack a punch, but sometimes it's a little loopy. So it's not. I don't think it's as technical as Aaron's, but you can make a case for both. I get it. I'm not going to argue too much, but I just will say Aaron's striking has gotten better. Fro tapped. I do remember a little bit of a weird thing right there.
I don't think she tapped, but it looked like it. Yeah,
it definitely looked like
it was like a 1, 2, 3 post, and she tried to push off. But yeah,
Blanchfield's fight smart. She wins. That simple. If not, I don't think she's gonna get KO'd though, man. But not sure if Aaron has the takedowns to dominate here. Maybe a handicap spot for Barber. Not big in Aaron at these odds.
I agree, man.
I just worry about Barber's takedown defense. If you're gonna Andrea Lee,
dude, right? Like, come on.
Those are very valid points as far as skill.
What's her face? Take her down, Roxanne.
Yeah,
like
I think a lot of people took down Barber. I think even Maverick was able to take down Barber.
Yeah,
like I think her takedown defense is like 50%, like or around it, like 50 or 60%, somewhere around there. It's not great.
Mm-hmm.
Barber gets stuck on the bottom versus Lee, Modafferi, Maverick. I don't see how. There you go.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Strickland is the opposite. He bets the ugliest one and the highest one. There you go. All righty. Well, that is it. But we have our bets that we have to make: the easy money parlay and the beer money parlay, our little riskier one. Effie, what is something that you are just like, this motherfucker gonna hit? And don't say the Panthers money line. Are you there? Say it again. I think you're turned off.
Oh, it's my bad.
There you go.
They're losing
like,
right now. They're down 1-0.
Wait, so. I know. I'm like, fuck.
I know. Yeah. No. I mean, I kind of like Dustin a lot, just for the fact that I think that Bruno is so wild.
It's a good line.
Yeah. Right.
Minus 198 now. It was like minus 180 earlier, but
dang, I thought it was like a minus 170.
I think it might have been at one point. I know we're both on Klein. I kind of like that minus 205 plus 3.5.
I'm down for that. Yeah.
For a parlay piece. Now we just need something about, unless you want to do Aaron Blanchfield over 4.5.
Okay.
Want to do that?
What's that come out to? Yeah.
Plus 113.
Let's do it.
Are you cool with that?
Oh, yeah.
You love it? Like you love it, though, for an easy money.
Yeah, that's easy money.
All right. I like it.
Man, that's Ricky Bobrovsky let a pretty easy one in. Fuck. was a breakaway
Suns.
though.
Yeah, it's all right. It's early. Panthers on a power play. We're good.
Yeah.
Beer money now. I think we should put Zachary's KO in there. But you're
I mean,
on douche
I
jokes.
picked
I don't
Dusko, but
know.
yeah, I mean, I can see the logic, dude. Like, yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I'm down.
We
for
got
that.
we got to think of some plus money spots.
Some crazy plus money.
Not well. We can get 3 legs on this one. We've been doing better on the 3-leg beer money ones than like 2, because 2s you have to get like plus 250s.
Mm.
So the 3s work out a little bit better. Let's throw in Macy. She's minus 120 range.
Okay.
I think that's pretty decent. We both like Macy. What's Gustafsson by KO? Plus 165? Oh, thought it'd be a little bit better than that.
What's Levitt decision?
Levitt decision? I don't know. Let me look on this website. But I'm on Hullabow, but
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
plus 135. Ugh. It's not even that great either. What do you think about Dustin decision? Or do you think he gets a KO?
I like the Dustin decision.
Or what, round 3 or decision?
Yeah. I
Plus
mean, it's not out of the
150?
question that he can knock this guy out. My pick is for him to knock him out in that second round, but if someone just going forward and it's causing him so much pause, you know, he can't really let it go. I can see that fight going 15.
Okay. Let's go just be a little safe. Jacoby round 3 or decision. And we need one more, maybe like a plus 100 range or so.
Ludovic Klein.
We already got a Klein bet.
Oh, that's right. It's the spread, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, another one.
Who else are we on here? We're both on Gustafsson. You want to do KO?
I mean, that's how he's gonna win. Yeah.
Well, let's do that. We got Macy money line, Jacoby round 3 or decision, and then Gustafsson by KO at plus 1 or 11-14.
Officer down.
Officer down it is. Let's do that then.
Another penalty for the Canes.
Oh, are they 5-on-3?
Nah, another power play 5-on-4.
Oh, okay.
Refs are not on the ball.
They're like, whoa.
Yeah. Alice KO. What? Haymakers. Getting crazy. Yeah, Carmi writes Klein and Philo are my 2 underdog bets. Yeah, I like them, man.
There we go. That's the beer money. Gustafsson KO. Macy money line. Dustin round 3 decision plus 11-14. I like that.
Yeah.
We just got to worry about that Gustafsson KO, and I think he gets it though, right? He's got to.
Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, if he wins earlier, gets slept early, we're cooked, but I don't think it happens.
Yeah. All righty. Well, that is it, boys and girls. Appreciate you hanging out with us. I know it was a little earlier one, but we only had 11 fights, and some of them were pretty easily breakdown. So before we get going, let everybody know what you got going on and what you do with your hockey bets.
Yeah, man. No, hit me up. Follow me on Twitter, Any Action Sportscast. I'm obviously a big hockey guy, and obviously on YouTube, breaking down UFC fights. I haven't broken down a card, man, in like a month. And I'm probably going to get back into it next week for that good pay-per-view, man. I think O'Malley and Romarab are going to look a little bit different in the rematch. A little bit of a hint of who I'm picking there. But, yeah, man, hit me up, Any Action Sportscast on YouTube. Appreciate all you guys watching. The chat's awesome every time. I watch, Defend Your Units as a fan, too. So I'm always in the chat watching you guys. Thanks for having me on. And this is going to be a good card, man. Be careful with your bets. I can see a lot of underdogs, upsetting some parlays here. But it should be a good card. Everyone wants to kind of crap on the Apex cards, me included. But this is a good one. 11 fights, nice and short. But yeah, man, thanks for having me on, and let's hit these bets, bro.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, let's get back on track with these easy money, beer money parlays. Let's get some money, and then we'll come back next week and we'll brag. we'll brag about it, and that's what we like to do. That's how we do it.
That's right.
But again, appreciate everybody hanging out with us in the chat. Good luck with your picks. Good luck with your bets, and we will see you.